Hello, everyone. It's Melly here. Today, I want to talk about some key points to see when you dream about animals. So that is a pretty common symbol, and there's a variety of them. This was inspired by a comment that I saw in here. So thank you for sharing that. I didn't have any other questions in my membership. As I've been doing lately, I will go live here to address some key symbols from the dreams that my community members share, because every week we have a post where they can share their dreams, and that's what I use for inspiration to talk about here. So since we didn't have any, let's talk about animal dreams. And what I like to do with this is animals have a lot of symbolism. There is animal totems. They can be seen as spirit guides, power animals, so many things that I will later go into more detail on. But the gist of it in a dream, I like to point out what animals are showing up and then see that animal alone, what they represent in waking life. So for example, cats is a simple example. I like to use that one, cats and dogs. Cats are seen as very independent. They have 9 lives. They are seen as mysterious and they go out at night. Sometimes, like the black cats, can be seen as superstitious bad luck. They can also be seen as a bit of magic. Many, or I've heard of like familiars, cats familiars being the cats of witches, and I think in some like legends, witches can turn into cats in some folklore. I don't know too much about that, but just a couple of key points that you can um, see from that animal and then put it into the dream. So if there's other people in your dream, or if it's a representation of yourself, which most dreams are, is there a part of you that is wanting to be more independent, or that is embarking this new independence, if we're seeing it in the form of the cat? Or are you craving some more mystery and magic into your life if you are studying, certain uh, like, well, depending what you are interested in that moment. There are many factors in dream interpretation, which is why sometimes I hesitate to talk about a specific symbol. One symbol is going to be different from one person to the other, as well as everything else that shows up in the dream, the colors, the time of day, who was there with you, what were you doing, so many other factors in that. But in a nutshell, that's how I would see animal dreams. Another example, like a dog, they are known as man's best friend. They're very loyal. They protect their home and their owners, right? I have my little my little dog Benji that always thinks that he is protecting me when he hears any sound. But that is what they're known for. You can also look at other legends, stories, the spirituality or the spiritual representation of that animal. Um, Also, if you do like a little bit more research, how they are in their natural habitat. Do they hibernate like bears? If you're dreaming of a bear, are you in the need to hibernate some more, or have you been hibernating for too long and it's time to come out? So those are a couple of things that I would recommend if you're having animal dreams. I'm not seeing any comments right now because I'm doing this through Zoom, but if I see any, I will respond to it after I post this. So let me see what else I can think of. The first thing is to write down your journals and write down in your journals these dreams. And what I found really interesting in this comment was that the dreamer had addressed that she noticed that her dreams are more uh, vivid or more active during the Pisces season. So that's something that I am really also passionate about, is combining astrology and what's going on in the sky with what's happening in our dreams. It's a really interesting correlation. We can use this in our lives. I like saying balance your waking life through dream work. And what that means to me is that we are using the lessons, the messages in our dreams to then do something about it in our waking life. It's not just what does the dream mean, and then that's it. You find the meaning for yourself, because everybody's different. And a dream dictionary is going to be biased to the author. So find that definition with yourself. And then what is the lesson coming up? What is your subconscious asking you to do? What is that transformation that can be made from this new awareness? And if you add the astrology piece to it, we all are born with our very unique natal charts, which is the placement the planets were in the moment you took your first breath. So that already has an impact in your day. And if you see certain planets, aspects, maybe during Mercury retrograde that we're still on for a couple more days, I believe, and then you can see how it's matching up with the dream. So I'm trying to think of an example from off the top of my head, but I can't on the spot. But I will definitely go more into this in our other dream chats. So that's really all I wanted to share. One last thing is that I do mention a lot that stay away from dream dictionaries. I recently saw this video of a hypnotherapist / dream interpreter, and some of his interpretations were saying, it was just like a quick little clip, saying that if you dream of this, it means that something will happen. It was more of the futuristic kind of superstitious thing. And that is the type of interpretation I stay away from. Prophetic dreams are rare. They do happen. I've had some myself, and I know people that have had dreams and then the dream happens, sometimes quite literal, sometimes it's more symbolic when it happens. But if you see a book or someone telling you, oh, you dreamt of this, that means that this is going to happen. That is more forecasting and taking the power away from you, away from understanding yourself and your subconscious. One example that I've shared before, I think, is there was this book somebody recommended, or just, people see dream books and tag me in them and things like that. And I saw through the sample, or it was one of those on Amazon, look inside or whatever, that it said, if you dream of a baby, if it's ugly, it means bad luck will happen. So basically that's what I'm trying to say. If it's something like bad luck, kind of omen type of thing, I would question that a lot more, question that resource. A prophetic dream will feel more real, and there's certain characteristics in a prophetic dream that will come up for you to think, okay, maybe this is a red flag or a warning that it's going to happen. It'll be different than your usual dreams. That's why I recommend having that baseline, knowing what your normal dreams are like. And so when it's like that, that's superstitious, that's when I really kind of step back and think about what this person or book is saying. So even though I don't recommend dream dictionaries, if there's any book that I would recommend, it would be like animal books, like an animal book, just to see how they act, or maybe doing some research on that if you don't know what the specific animal does, and just see if it really speaks to you, how they act in the wilderness with their babies, how they protect themselves, and then also seeing the symbolism behind it, and connecting those to see how it can be related to a current or past situation. Yeah, current or past situation for you, so you can create your own interpretation, because at the end of the day, you're your best guide. So this is something that I go more into in my course. I left the link in the description for you to check out any of the courses I have. And I am excited about relaunching my course. So I will be giving more detail on that, where it's going to be astrology and dream work all together with mentorship. And we will be able to dive more into it because it's going to be live classes. So I will share more on that. And if you want to be the first to know, then you can definitely sign up for my newsletter by going to thedreamingyogi.org. There's going to be a button that says download your meditation or something related to the Dream Guide meditation. And then it's going to send you some other resources to help you remember your dreams, sleep better. And I just add a lot of value there. So that is all I wanted to share today. Thank you for those who watch live and for those who watch the replay. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Have a great weekend.